If you're looking for how to find royalty-free images for your YouTube brand into 2020, I'm going to be covering three different websites, basically stock photos websites for 2020, 2021, and beyond that you can check out. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want other digital tips like this. So like the video and comment below about your favorite YouTube thumbnail. And I'm going to get started here that obviously it's pretty important to pick an image that is, unique to your particular brand. Sometimes you don't really need a super fancy image, as you can see here with this 30-day push-up challenge guy here. It's basically him showing a before and after photo. It's not anything super fancy in regards to quality, and this guy got 4.3 million views on this picture alone. And then you have other ones here with a little less, a little more, as you can see here, and some of them do have a big enough following that they get some views on their own, but at the same time, the thumbnail is not really all that important necessarily. Of course, you want to pick a thumbnail that stands out, things like that. I'll cover that here in just a second. You can see here I have the different thumbnails for my channel, and don't worry, I will get into the actual tutorial here. I just wanted to cover that the importance of the kind of stylization for your brand that you should be focusing on. That, as you can see here, for like the freelance tools, YouTube channel creation area I'm working on, YouTube channel ideas, that each one focuses on a specific image, and then the title changes depending on what the theme of that video is going to be for. If I have different unique themes outside of that area that kind of bounce around to different subjects, they go with I just choose different random images that I feel are attention grabbing enough. And I'm going to get right into it here with the three different websites. It just highlights how important of what I was basically saying, that your thumbnail is your first impression, but I already kind of covered that, so I don't really need that resource to explain to you guys. Now, essentially, this is Pixabay. Pixabay is a free, royalty-free website for your photos. You can find a good YouTube thumbnail here fairly easily, and this is one of my top three favorites, but I'll cover a few other ones here in just a second. But as you can see, these images are fairly high quality for, being royalty-free images with no commercial use, or for commercial use as much as you want, or for any project that you want, and no attribution required. If it says no commercial use, obviously you can't use it for commercial use, but this website does a pretty good job of sorting out just royalty-free images without having that restriction, and they make the sponsored area pretty clear as well, as you can see here. 479 free images of the keyword freelance, so there's a wide variety you can choose from. There's different categories as well. You got animals, architecture, backgrounds, beauty, business, computers, education, emotions, food, drink, health, medical, industry, craft, music, nature, people, and so on and so forth. You got different sizes, so if you had a size specification, like if you wanted to fit exactly what the YouTube thumbnail is, although you can always adjust that size, you can easily just pick the specific size you want it to fit into. And you get colors as well. And then, of course, the different orientation if you want it horizontal or vertical. And then you have choices of photos, vector graphics, and illustrations. And you got latest, upcoming, popular, and editor's choice. And just kind of a little exploration tab here. And of course, a safe search for if you don't want any kind of vulgar images to pop up or anything. But I mean, it depends on your niche that it might be important to you to choose a photo like that. But this is just Pixabay. I wanted to cover that. This is pretty much how it breaks down. They have some like sponsored images on the sides and stuff like that. But as you can see here, you get Pixabay users get 30 days of free access to professional images on Adobe Stock, our partner sponsor. But yeah, this pretty much covers the Pixabay. I'm going to cover the next one here. This one's pretty easy to find. It's called the Free Images. Now, I don't like this one as much as Pixabay because it's kind of convoluted, but at the same time, you have more variety of pictures to choose from. They say they're free images, but some images are free, some of them cost, or you get a limitation on the images you can choose. Like these are related images from iStock, so not free at all. Then you got just other quality images, and then just images in general. So you can see they kind of have it in the middle here for the free freelance images and royalty-free stock photos. Middle of that, they have no commercial restrictions and no attribution required. As you can see here, you're supposed to break it down all images, free images, and you got related images from iStock. As you can see here, the majority of free images is rather limited, at least on this keyword, but you can jump around and try different keywords. Then you got collections, different categories similar to that of Pixabay. You got all categories, of course, and then you got animals and wildlife, architecture, army and weapons, and arts and design, automotives, business and finance, celebrities, education, fashion and beauty, flowers and trees, games, cartoon, food and drink, health and medical, so on and so forth. And it just goes down to different categories. Browsing, you can browse free photos, new images, popular images, editors' picks, light boxes, photographers, if you wanted to choose a specific photographer that you liked, cameras. You don't need to log in to necessarily download any, and then you get all the standard stuff on the bottom here. And there are different partners that kind of are not so free images, but in the middle here you got the free royalty free images, and you can kind of search keywords and find more varieties of images. And the last one I wanted to cover is Unsplash. Now Unsplash is a kind of a mix of Pixabay and free images. I kind of like Pixabay the most, but this one has some decent quality images, and a lot of them are pretty much straightforward royalty-free images. As you can see, quality differs from Pixabay. Pixabay, I feel, offers a bit better variety and quality, but these pictures aren't that bad for essentially not having to pay for any kind of commercial royalties or anything on an image. So if you want some good free royalty images, you can see here, there's a wide variety that you can consider. And just to break it down again, they all have similar styles here. You got collections, you got the explore tab, and as you can see here, about wallpapers, blog community history, and I'll go back to collections here. Scroll down a little bit. As you can see, they have different groups of photos that you can consider for your YouTube brand or website. It's a wide variety of categories. I'm just trying to see if this is one of those websites that just keeps auto loading, and it doesn't seem to want to let me go to the bottom here. So essentially all the categories you can choose are up here on the top. Of course, as you can see, if you want to submit your own photo, you can easily submit it with just a submit a photo button. And essentially you have to make sure that the images that you're using do adhere to the use of commercial use. Otherwise you can get in a lot of trouble if you're doing this for a business or a brand, because then you don't fully own the image, and then the image holder has rights to potentially come after you for that. So make sure to keep that in mind. The simple process for most of these websites is you get to the given picture here. This is a woman on a laptop and writing something in a notebook. Apparently, I don't know why she doesn't just use Notepad, but hey. And then it's pretty much there's upvoting and stars and stuff like that, but pretty straightforward here. You press the free download button, and as Pixabay highlights, this is free for commercial use and there's no attribution required. Or some people want to say, hey, thanks for the free image, pretty much. There's a whole lot else more to cover in this video, but obviously choosing the right image can be very important to your brand. You want to stick with something that's eye-popping, and then if you're not familiar with search engine optimization, you want kind of a bogey type of theme. You want a color that kind of doesn't blend in with the website. You want something that pops, whether that's on your website, if you're going to be posting this on your website, or whether it's on YouTube. You want something that stands out separate from the website so the person is more likely to draw their eyes to that. If you like this video, make sure to, of course, like the video. If you want more information or you have any questions, make sure to comment them below. And as you can see here, the subscription button here if you want to subscribe to the channel, and you can check out the little boxes here on the sides if you want to consider basically following along with other videos. I do digital tips and freelancing ideas and channel creation, the process in order to how to put together a channel if you want to consider all of that. There will be videos popping up that you can kind of follow along with and in the description below. So thank you for listening in and have a nice day.